So what do you call yourself? Welcome to the LaTangela Show. Hey.
Hey, what can I do for you this fine day?
This is your destiny. Hot, hot, hot. Right now.
Welcome to the LaTangela Show. Come on in and enjoy yourself.
Right now.
We gon' party like no one else. Welcome to the LaTangela Show.
Hey,
Hey,
how
hey.
in the world are you doing, my dear?
I am great. How are you?
Now that I'm here talking to you, I just got that much better.
You know what? That's why I rode with you. I already know that you were in the middle of doing a million things as, you know, a part of the greatness that you just do day by day. But the entertainment world, it's not lacking. And I know that it hits your desk first. As the Senior Communications Director of Crackle, Redbox, and Chicken Soup for the Soul, there's so much that comes across your desk. Tell me, if I want to just add something new from a binge list, I know you got something for everybody. I know these services are streaming for free. And something about the word free motivates me. Chris, this is applied pressure. What you got for me?
Oh, we got it all this week with Angela.
I love it.
So Crackle, we have got intrigue this week for you on Crackle.
Okay.
Some new ones, some older ones, a couple of gems that I don't know how they slipped by the radar when they were in theaters, but we've got some fun stuff. So this first one is kind of a classic in my house. My family loves this film. We've talked about it before. We love thrillers. And this is actually an interesting one because it's a period thriller. This is The Illusionist, starring Edward Norton, Jessica Biel, Paul Giamatti, three of my favorite actors. And I always mix this one up with The Prestige. Because they both have to do with magicians and they're both amazing period pieces. But this is The Illusionist, and it's Ed Norton plays this very famous illusionist in kind of turn of the century America. Great period piece, and he uses his what would we say here?
Hocus.
Yes. His mesmerizing abilities in order to win the love of his life, Jessica Biel.
Really?
But when he starts to use his powers for something that is, you know, kind of selfish gain, it sets into order events that he did not foresee, and intrigue takes place. It is phenomenal.
So you mean to tell me I've been doing this all wrong? I should have been hocus pocus, hocus pocus.
I mean, you're right
Getting
near
sleepy,
You're
sleepy.
right there near New Orleans. I mean, there are people who can help you with that if you were inclined to do such a thing, I'm sure.
I mean, The Illusionist is going to help me out. Adding that to my list first.
I don't know that you want to dabble in that world, but
We're going to see how the movie ends, and then I'll take it from there.
See, there you go. It's spectacular. The performances are great. I honestly think it's one of Jessica Biel's best performances. Edward Norton, always for my money, is spectacular, and Paul Giamatti, one of the greatest character actors of our generation. It's really, really good stuff.
Right.
But one with some folks who are kind of newer on the scene, but man, is this a good film. This is A Violent Separation.
Okay.
So it's another period piece. It's two brothers. They grow up in a small town together, but they could not be more different. One brother it's kind of a Cain and Abel story. One brother's the good brother, follows the rules, goes down the right path, becomes sheriff. The other brother kind of heads in the opposite direction and becomes a bit of a ne'er-do-well. And when I say bit, it's more than just a bit. And he ends up involved in an act that causes the other brother to actually step in and try to help him cover it up.
Oh, wow. Okay, so it's almost like the evil is overtaking the good, but it's all in the name of brotherly love.
Yes, but at what cost?
Yeah.
And man, the performances in this film are spectacular. I cannot say enough good things. It's Alicia Debnam Carey from Fear the Walking Dead, Ted Levine from Silence of the Lambs.
One of my favorite movies ever in life.
Yeah, he played Buffalo Bill, so
Yes.
he's terrifying. And then Brenton Thwaites from Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales. Really good. Check out A Violent Separation. Add that to your binge list. You will not be sorry.
You know, one of the things I really love about all of your networks is that you have something for everyone, right? So as the summer months are here, maybe people are doing a vacation, the road trips, or maybe they're doing a staycation, but entertainment, we need it, especially if we can get it and we can make it for free. I'm all in, but you're not just giving us some old Ruly-Poo stuff to say that it's free. These are some heavy hitters. You have some of these famous people that, well, one, we see them at the height of their career, and some we even see at the beginning. I'm loving this.
Yep. Very, very fun. We've got another great one. And this is edging a little more into the horror realm, but this is an indie horror hit called Cryptid. My family makes fun of me because I am obsessed with cryptid podcasts. So Loch Ness Monster, Bigfoot, all of that. I listen to those things all day long while I'm working. And this one is really good. I heard about this when it first came out just because of the cryptid connection.
And you got excited?
Oh, yes. Very, very. So this takes place in a small town in Maine. And unfortunately, one of the local citizens is killed outside of town. The sheriff tells everyone in town that it was a bear attack. But there's a local zoologist who believes that there may be something else going on. And as they start to dig into this, they find that a marauding bear would be the best possible outcome. But that is not what is going on. It's really good. Nicholas Burundi from Person of Interest, Ellen Adair from Homeland, who's great on that show, and Butcher Burnett from Snowfall, all amazing actors, but kind of a little newer on the radar. Really, really fun. If you're looking for a kind of a tense jump scare, Friday
something
night
to keep you inside all weekend. That's the one.
It, yeah.
You know, wait, what was that in the shadow? Was that a bear?
I'm going to Tahoe camping next week, so I'm not sure I should have watched this film. I'm a little concerned.
Now, listen, when you're going out there and you're camping, I know that the streaming, it's going to be challenging. So you have to become one with nature on many levels. And I'll need to hear all about it for our next podcast. So take notes, take a diary with you and say, 10 is not going to believe this, and just list them all right there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And then finally, we've got another one that, you know, makes me nervous about the camping adventure. And this is called Desert Shadows. And it's about two brothers on a hunting trip in the high desert. And both of them have sort of this backstory going on that you learn about as the movie goes on. But they are on a hunting trip, but they quickly learn how easy it is to go from predator to prey in that equation. Wow. And so one brother disappears, the other desperately is trying to find him and figure out what in the world happened. And they discover they're going to have to work together if they hope to survive this weekend adventure.
Listen, that's the last weekend adventure we'll take for a while. I promise you that. Say, God, if you get me out of this one, you know?
Seriously.
And Crackle has come through the door hitting hard. It's going to be a lot for Redbox to be able to at least shed some light on this. So what do you have from our Redbox binge list?
Oh, yeah. So we've got, it's a little more sedate on Redbox. We head in a different direction. So we're going to give you a little break from the tension. But I think our theme this week with Redbox is the complexity of relationships.
So, dear life.
We've got a lot of great relationship dramas. One that's kind of fun, Drinking Buddies. And this is starring Olivia Wilde, Ron Livingston from Band of Brothers and a million other things, Anna Kendrick from the Twilight series, which is funny. I recently saw an interview with her, and she said she actually forgot she was in the Twilight movies. She saw something about the Twilight movies the other day, and she was like, Oh yeah, I was in those movies. It's been
See,
so long. I
you
mean,
know, that's
she's still
how
looks
you know that life and work has been good.
yeah, that's exactly it. When you've done so many movies that you forget the three that you started it. Yeah, I know it's crazy. But it's a really fun relationship movie. It's two couples. They get together and they hang out and drink at this local bar where two of them work at every weekend. And they are moving through their relationships. And then they each have a weekend away. And while they're away on this weekend, not together, they realize some of them are meant to be together and maybe some of them aren't.
Okay.
So it's really good if you like character-driven dramas with a little bit of fun. This is definitely Drinking Buddies is one you want to catch.
Adding that one to our binge list. What else you got for me over there on Redbox, which is also a free streaming network service?
Absolutely. We have Nobody Walks. Now this, you talk about, bigger name stars. You don't get much bigger than John Krasinski.
Yeah.
So this is a great John Krasinski film, also starring Olivia Thirlby from Juno, who has grown up into an incredible actress, and Rosemary DeWitt from La La Land. John Krasinski and Rosemary DeWitt are married. He is a high-paid sound engineer for the entertainment industry, for film and television. And as a favor to his wife, he's helping Olivia Thirlby with her senior thesis for her college film project.
Okay.
Helped her with the sound engineering for this film that she's making. But like a lot of things in this world, it's a lot more complicated than it seems. And when John Krasinski and Olivia Thirlby start to work very closely together, things in this group of relationships get very, very complicated. But it's really well done. Keep a box of Kleenex there. You're probably going to need it, but it's a really good film. The performances are spectacular.
I'm loving it. Nobody Walks and Drinking Buddies. Top on our list for Redbox. You got to have at least one more. You got to give us options, Chris. Options.
I do. I've got a little more fun here. So let's finish this up with some laughs. And this is one of my favorite comic actors, Jason Lee, and a film called A Guy Thing. So Jason Lee in this, he plays a good guy. He's getting ready to get married to Julia Stiles. Congratulations, Jason. And he's very excited, wants to do the right thing, goes out on his bachelor party with his idiot friends. And as often happens, a little too much of this, a little too much of that. He wakes up in the morning not remembering anything, which is very confusing to him since there's a girl in the bed next to him who he doesn't know.
Oh, she's not his fiance.
Yes. So it ends up, and I'm not going to spoil a huge thing for you here, but neither of them remember what happened. And it ends up that this young woman is his fiance's cousin.
Oh, you know what? The family reunion just got complicated.
Exactly.
Seating arrangements for Thanksgiving dinner is a little shiesty now.
That is true. Those family reunions can get complicated. We can never get those in my family because we can never get the parole hearings to line up. So unfortunately, it's very hard.
Wait a second. So we got to add that one to the list. A Guy Thing.
A Guy Thing. Yep.
I'm loving it. And then I know you also have Chicken Soup for the Soul. Now there, you have so many different hits. Tell us all about it.
Oh, man. So kind of continuing the theme of the complexity of relationships, but also like you never quite know what life is going to throw at you. We've got a really fun one called The English Teacher with, again, some of my absolute favorite actors. Julianne Moore from Boogie Nights, as well as a million other things. Greg Kinnear from As Good as It Gets, and Nathan Lane from The Birdcage. Really great film. Julianne Moore plays a small town English teacher, and she's just so wonderful at her job, so passionate about encouraging students to go out and pursue their dreams until one day, one of her students returns to New York after absolutely failing to accomplish his dream. And now he's come back to ask her, what am I supposed to do now?
Oh,
And she doesn't quite know what to tell him. And it's very fun. It's very heartfelt. It's a wonderful film. Again, great performances. When you get these three actors onto the screen at the same time, you're never going to get anything but gold. So
it almost seems as if he came back to teach her something about life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would hope that my conversation with my high school English teacher might be a little less tense, but
The English teacher, top of the list. And if you had to
Yes.
pick another one out of all of the ones that has landed across your desk, what else did you manage to find for us?
Okay. I'm going to give you, okay, this is just because I want to end on a light note.
Okay.
We have a beautiful documentary called The Wild Ponies of Chincoteague. And I only talk about this because when my daughter was little, she was obsessed with, so Chincoteague is an island off the East Coast where there's this huge population of wild ponies. And my daughter was obsessed with horses. And she would tell me that she was a Chincoteague pony. So she would come running downstairs, and she had this pony outfit that she would put on. And now we have the documentary, and this is actually about a young woman who decides that she wants to own one of the wild ponies of Chincoteague. And in order to keep the population down, the state actually does do auctions every year so that they can basically they get them placed in homes so that they don't have to go in and cull the herds.
Wow.
And so it's this beautiful story following this young woman through the entire process of her deciding that she wants to do this, finding out exactly how she has to go about it, and then going to this process where she can actually acquire one of these ponies for herself. But it is gorgeous. It's a beautiful documentary. The cinematography is gorgeous, and it's just a wonderful, light, beautiful message that sort of exemplifies what we try to do with Chicken Soup for the Soul free streaming.
I love it. You know, from the documentaries, you can come up with so many things that we typically wouldn't think about. And then as you see it all come to life and you get to see it through a different lens, I love it. Chicken Soup for the Soul always tugs at your heartstrings. So that's why I'm always here for it. Crackle is bringing us the excitement, and Redbox is bringing us drama. And Chris Woolsey is bringing us the updates. All of my binging needs, he gets me through. All we need now is the popcorn and something good to sip on. And what other snacks are you bringing?
Let's see. Let's do some peanut butter pretzels.
I'm with it.
And I do a really fancy popcorn. I gotta be honest. I do a garlic pepper popcorn with olive oil, not butter.
Really?
And, you gotta try it.
Oh, you're fancy. I like it. I like it. Now, okay, now wait, tell me a little bit about that again. You say I put the garlic. Do I mince my garlic? Or you
I actually use garlic powder. So
Okay.
you pop your popcorn and then you drizzle it with olive oil and then sprinkle either garlic powder or garlic salt. I do separate. I do sea salt and garlic powder, and then hit it with the pepper. If you're not averse to pepper, put 3 times more than you think you need, and then shake it all up. It's a little magical.
You know what? I'm adding that to my to-do list this weekend because you know what? I am here for it, especially when you're trying it. And I love all of the different options. So yeah, we're going to definitely make that happen. And I appreciate you so much.
Well, it comes right back at you because you are appreciated by the whole Chicken Soup for the Soul entertainment team.
Thank you so much. I know you got more work to do, so I'm gonna let you chase the sun or let the sun chase you. But either way, get after it. I love you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it.
Love you right back. Thanks so much, LaTangela.
Anytime.
All right. Bye-bye.